Very lucky to have Carl from Nile on the phone. Carl, thanks for taking my call.
Well, thank you, sir. It's great to talk to you today.
Excellent. Now, you've got a new album coming out, which is called What Should Not Be Unearthed. Tell us all about this.
Well, What Should Not Be Unearthed is coming out August 28th on Nuclear Blast Records. And we're really excited for our fans to hear this record. We feel like it's a very heavy record. It's full of memorable, catchy songs that we really were, I guess you could say, we were kind of trying to make a record for the fans. This record isn't one of those records that we made for ourselves. We went the extra mile to make the songs really catchy, stuff that people would enjoy coming to see us play live.
Now, there's a very interesting story behind the whole concept of this album. Can you tell us about that?
Well, What Should Not Be Unearthed is kind of like what if archaeologists dug up something so terrible, so awful, and earth-shattering in its implications for the origins of the human race, that it drove the entire world civilization to madness and chaos and self-destruction.
That's an amazing story. Who came up with that?
Well, yeah, I'm the guy that writes the lyrics, so you can blame me. Yeah.
Awesome. When did the whole recording process start? How long did you take doing this? Who was involved?
Well, we started writing songs last summer, and by February, we brought George, our drummer, over to start rehearsing songs in the band room. And then we started recording March or so. We did the drums down at Sound Lab in Columbia, and then all the rest of the tracking was done here in my home studio. And then the mixing was handled by Neil Kernan at his place in Chicago.
The sound quality on this album is just amazing. Heavy as fuck. Tell us about that.
Well, like I said earlier, we really wanted to make this a heavy record. After the last record we had done, which was, super surgically clean, we felt it was time to give our fans the heavy record that fans have been asking for.
Okay, do you have any favourite songs? I've got a few. Tell us about yours.
Well, my favorites are Call to Destruction, In the Name of Amun, Evil to Cast Out Evil, the title track, To Walk Forth from Flames Unscathed.
Excellent. Now,
well, you didn't tell me your favorites. I told you my favorites. Now you didn't tell me yours.
Evil to Cast Out Evil, Call to Destruction, and Rape of the Black Earth.
Nice. Very nice. Brutal songs.
A few members have been through the band over the years, but Brad is a new member. Tell us about him.
Brad is our new bass player. His full name is Brad Paris. And he's a young guy. He's just 21. But man, can that fucking kid shred. Holy fuck. And he's really one of the best things about Brad. He's got this youthful enthusiasm and positive attitude that we just find really refreshing. There's some guys you get in the band that are kind of like Debbie Downers. They just kind of bring everybody down. But Brad's the opposite. He lifts everybody up with his positive attitude, and that's fucking awesome, man. It makes touring actually almost fun.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, you've had a few members, as I said, through the band. Apart from bass, it's been quite stable for a while now.
Right. The core of the band is Dallas, George, and I, and it's been that way, for well over a decade now. And I think, that's something that had been missing for our early lineup. We struggled for a few years. But right now, we're pretty fucking happy as a band.
Awesome. Now, early on, if I could just backtrack just a little bit, early on you had a record company go out of business before it could release an album. Now that must have been frustrating. How did that affect the band?
Well, it was heartbreaking and depressing. We had made the first record amongst the Catacombs and F&Ka, and done it on a real shoestring budget. I think we had $3,000 to make the entire record.
Wow.
Which, that's barely enough to pay the hotel bill, for staying somewhere for a month, let alone pay the cost of the recording and the engineer and producer and all the rest of it. So it was crazy. And after we got finished making it, we knew we had a good record. And then the record company went out of business. And we got this phone call. It said, guys, I got good news and I got bad news. I love the new record, but I'm going out of business. I've sold your record to Relapse Records. Oh, man. And then Relapse Records decided to put it on the shelf for 6 months. They said, well, we have other stuff that's a bigger priority, but we'll get to this Nile thing. We promise. Yeah, they put it on the shelf for 6 fucking months. Mm. And I got to tell you, that was a heartbreaking 6 months.
Mm. Yeah. A few years later, you signed with Nuclear Blast, and you've been with them ever since. How have they been?
We love working with those guys. Nuclear Blast has always been very straightforward with doing what they say they're going to do. They don't make crazy promises, and they're very business-like, very efficient. It's very much like the Mercedes-Benz or Porsche of record companies. It's very much like a precision-engineered German car or something. These guys are, there should be a business model on how to be a record label.
Okay, good news. Now, you're touring Australia in November. What, the 5th time? You're looking forward to that?
I don't know if we've been to Adelaide 5 times. We may have only been to Adelaide twice. But as far as the continent of Australia, this is like our 5th trip. Yeah.
What can Australian audiences expect from a Nile show this time around?
Well, you can expect a night of brutal metal. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. We're going to play some heavy tracks off the new record. We're going to play some old fan favorites from the earlier records. It's going to be good. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, that's in November. Am I right saying you're bringing Unearthed with you?
Yes, you are absolutely correct. That is in November. And Unearthed, and I think Hortopsy is also on that bill.
Wow. Big night.
Mm-hmm. It will be a night of metal, my friend. Do not miss it.
Excellent. Now, when again is this your new album coming out? August sometime?
August 28th, which should not be unearthed on Nuclear Blast Records.
Excellent. Just on a side note, I'd have to say I've been on a lot of bands' websites, but Nile's is one of the best I've seen.
Well, that would be Zay's work. The guy who did the artwork for the new album also happens to be our webmaster. So, we can thank him. If you enjoyed that website, then that's to his credit.
Excellent. Carl, great talking to you. Wish we had more time. Great. Best of luck. Best of luck with the tour. Best of luck with the album. I really like it, and I wish you well.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today.